Hey everyone, it's me again. And I wanted to try to address two questions that I get a lot, and hopefully I can do this in 10 minutes, is how do I make my locks soft or softer and like help my hair won't grow? Now on the soft issue. Um, First of all, I think people, when they have locks, I don't think they really think of it as just like hair. Like, to me, part of it is if your natural hair itself is not soft, or if your natural hair took 3 butters, 5 sprays, and 2 oils to feel soft, then your locks, because most people are not going to be putting all that stuff in their locks, may not be soft. And there really isn't too much you're going to be able to do about it that's not going to cause a bunch of gunk and buildup. Um, Locks are, your hair condensed, that has condensed and meshed and, entangled itself um, into itself, is intertwined. And some people, depending on their texture of hair, is not, to me, is not always going to necessarily be soft, or that maybe that soft lock is not going to be possible, without you running into buildup issues or problems. Now, like my texture hair, my locks to me are soft. Like in this stage, they're soft. My older locks, they were still pretty soft, but I will say the more mature sections that, from the very beginning, those may not have been as soft as the rest of my hair. Like my hair from here to here, may have felt one way, and then maybe, the other length, still kind of soft, but not as soft. And I think that is, with how long you've had it, how much stuff gets into it, too. Um, like a lot of natural folks would say, their hair was starting to feel funny or weird, and it wasn't until they clarified that their hair began to feel better or felt softer or better, like more like itself again. And I think that's also an issue with locks. I think if there are buildup issues or a lot of stuff just trapped within your locks, then your locks are not going to feel as soft. There are some things that you can put on your locks that are not as bad, I would say, and can give you maybe that temporary feeling of softness. But again, this is just something going on top of your head, and you don't want to necessarily indulge in a lot of that stuff when you have locks, because unless you're being very meticulous about cleaning it up, it can result in buildup. But one thing that I will say that can make hair feel soft kind of instantly is a spray that has glycerin in it. Glycerin is something that you can find at CVS. I think my bottle of glycerin comes from CVS. It's also in commercially prepared products, like I know Onions, Greg's juice, and juices and berries. Yeah, those two. They have glycerin in it, and they're nice to impart that kind of moisture. And Greg's juice has, a nice smell. And not Greg, is it Greg? Yeah, grape juice, I think, and juices and berries. I know that's definite. They have a nice smell to it, but you can also make your own glycerin. Part glycerin, part water, and some kind of essential oil. Yeah, essential oil like lavender or something like that, or peppermint, something that you like to smell. Orange oil. That was something that can, be a temporary fix. But to kind of recap on that, you have to be considerate of what your hair texture is and what it took for your natural hair to be soft, and to realize that you're not going to necessarily be able to do a lot of that. And B, there are some things like I mentioned, glycerin and water and conditioner. I put conditioner in my head sometimes, not all the time. Because I'm trying to get that balance of not necessarily having, build up in my locks. You can dilute your conditioner, like mix it pot water and put a little bit, and that will kind of make your hair feel soft. So that is another option, in addition to, like, after you shampoo, when you put in conditioner, just put in a, like a diluted amount, and make sure you do rinse very well to get out the excess. So for all those asking me, how can I help my locks to be soft, those would be my recommendations, and those two I think would keep you from having too much of a buildup, but still just make sure that you are considering your hair type, and make sure that if you do put commercial or homemade products in it to kind of add that softness, that you are washing and clarifying your hair very well. So help my hair won't grow. I get that a lot. And hair a lot of times is a window to what is going on in your body. If your hair is not growing, then you have to wonder, is your body nutritionally fed? Or is your body mentally taxed or physically taxed? Hair is one of the last things your body's going to try to maintain for yourself, honestly. So if you're not feeding your body properly, all whatever nutrients that it can absorb from the chicken boxes and the cheesesteak subs and the half and halves, it's going to do all it can to help your body, whatever it can get out of that, and then the last little bit is going to go to your scalp. Your hair is nourished by your blood, and if you don't have a lot of vitamins to go around, there's not going to be a lot of growth. And you have to consider too that your hair only grows a certain amount a month. There isn't, you can take vitamins, you can go into getting some stuff they give the horses and whatever in the world we all, there's a whole lot of things that, people do to try to grow their hair. But, technically, we're only supposed to get like a centimeter a month. And so with that, the nice things about locks is you're supposed to, at least you're not losing it because you're not combing it out. It's just staying right there. So technically you're supposed to gain your centimeter a month, but if you are not nutritionally fed and sound, then you're not going to see it. And stress can really affect your hair. I know people who have stress alopecia, where whenever they get stressed out, there's one particular spot in their hair just goes like a baby butt, like nothing there. And sometimes your body tells you you're under stress before you even realize it, because you think you're handling. I'm multitasking, I'm doing this, I'm in school, I'm working full time, I got the kids, got this, and your body's just like on the inside, and you don't even really realize it. And a lot of times I think our hair is our cue that something's not right. And for those things, we have to try to make those lifestyle changes. I always say, if somebody, is not content with their hair, I would, say, well, are you at least taking a multivitamin? I don't get into all those biotin, MSM, things like that, but are you at least doing a multivitamin? And, on top of multivitamin, are you doing something like sage? But watch out for sage if you have, if you're pregnant, rosemary, and peppermint oil. Those are ones, and then you can do them individually too. And I think rosemary, you should also worry about if you have hypertension as well, because I think that can raise your high blood pressure. So rosemary and sage, you should be concerned. You should watch if you're pregnant, and I think rosemary too if you have hypertension. But rosemary, sage, and peppermint, those are oils that you can do separately. Infuse into like a olive oil or jojoba oil base, and kind of, massage your scalp. You have to kind of get the circulation going. And those are herbs that are known to help to promote circulation. And just a general massage, could definitely help too. If you just have olive oil and you just start massaging your scalp, or taking some water, spraying your scalp, and then kind of just, going over your scalp, getting the blood to kind of flow, that can definitely help as well. Let me see how much time I have here. But yeah, those are definite ways to help. And so watch your lifestyle, watch your stress. At least start with a multi, and I think massages would help, either with oil infused with an herb, or just straight water and just getting the blood flowing in the scalp area. So I hope this has helped you guys. You know, if you want any more clarity on it, I can come back and do some more on it. But just wanted to give those my overviews on those two questions. All right.